We on? All right, peace, family. So today is a special one. We are going to be planting Lil Camera Lady's plum tree. She's been asking for a plum tree now since like last year, and we finally got her tree, and we have the area plotted out where we're going to put her tree. She's actually going to get a whole planting area. It's not just going to be her tree. We're going to start off with the plum tree, but eventually it's going to be like a whole Lil Camera Lady area. So I wanted to, go ahead and show that. I'm waiting for her to come out here now so that we can get this going. And also I'm going to show you like an easy way to plug a tree in. But when she comes out, we'll come back and get it started.
I got a problem, I got a strange addiction. Somebody help me, I need an intervention. It ain't alcohol or weed, there's just one thing that I need. I got an addiction to fruit trees. Got an addiction to fruit trees. I take a persimmon to breathe. Hey, the next one I'm getting jujube. Got an addiction to fruit trees.
Alright, so peace again, family. We here. We got little mean face camera lady. As y'all probably saw from the thumbnail. We about to plant her tree. So we got her a Stanley plum tree. Initially I was gonna get a Methley. I still might get a Methley, but we got a Stanley. And I know a lot of y'all have Santa Rosas. If any of y'all can provide me with any, real insight on Santa Rosas, maybe we'll consider that for another plum tree. But we got her a little Stanley, and we're about to plant it. I'm gonna show you the easy way that we're gonna plant it. The benefits of what we did in regards to preparing the site before we got the tree, and we'll get into all of that. But I'm gonna give Camera Lady the camera so that she can, kind of help me out with this. All right, hold on. All right, so we here, we got the plum tree. Now I want to show you something because I was saying in the very beginning that this is Camera Lady's spot. It's not just gonna be, where her plum tree is. We also have, I'm gonna extend it all the way out here. This is a mulberry tree. So part of her area will be the plum tree, a mulberry tree. She'll also have what's called it is called a honey plum fig tree. She'll have that around here. Now this is a black mission fig. I may actually extend the whole thing to include the black mission fig. So she'll just have like a wide variety of fruit trees, as well as, you want flowers over here too? Mm-hmm. We'll put some flowers here, some pollinators, and we'll just make it a whole area just for Camera Lady. I know I joke around and say, if y'all find like on Facebook Marketplace a new Lil Camera Lady, or maybe on eBay, if there's a good price for a good Camera Lady that'll always be around. I joke about that, but really Lil Camera Lady has been, even when she's not doing the camera, if she's around, she's been, pretty much my biggest supporter as far as like the garden is concerned and even the channel. So we're gonna give her own nice sized plot. Yeah. And it'll be, dedicated to Lil Camera Lady. We'll give it a name and stuff like that. But Camera Lady, tell her what you named your plum tree.
So I named my plum, it's a boy, and I named him Ezekiel.
Ezekiel, that's a beautiful name. So we're gonna plant Ezekiel. So a few things I want to point out. When I first picked up Ezekiel, I got it from Walmart. He had a lot more branches on him. And if you look here, we did a lot of pruning of Ezekiel. And when I told Lil Camera Lady that I pruned Ezekiel, do you remember what you said?
No.
You don't remember?
No.
I said, I just pruned your plum tree. And she said, as you should.
Oh.
And she's right, as I should, you know. The reason I pruned it is because one of the problems that you have with fruit trees, plum trees especially, but, you know, even peaches and apples is bacterial disease. And that can be due to like a lack of airflow. That can be due to too much moisture. So I pruned it to open up, you know, to open the tree up. We're also I'm not gonna do it in this video, but I'll show you in another one. I'm going to train the branches to spread out so that this is completely open, so that you get nothing but airflow and sunlight. And that should help with some of the potential bacteria diseases. But for right now, we're just gonna plant it. Now I wanna show you this. I prepared this area months ago, and I did it to where, you know, it's kind of sitting up off of ground level. And the reason that I did that is because I'm pretty confident that the soil up underneath here is pretty soft and pliable now. But, you know, we're dealing with a lot of hard clay, and I don't want any of the fruit trees that we have out here, especially something like, you know, the plum tree, to deal with compacted clay, because then you deal with waterlogging and things like that. You know, it can mess up the roots, and then that can contribute to diseases. So we set it up, we prepared the area, we've mulched it heavy. So really all I'm gonna do is sort of like a plug and play. I'm gonna open it up, and let's do that now. I'm gonna do that with my hands. We're just gonna open up. Now the dust that you see is ash from my fire pit. And if you look down in here, it's a lot of good, still moist soil. If you can, I don't know if you can see this, but there's actually some fungal activity going on. If you can look at that, like that white stuff is fungi, which is good. That's excellent. That's what we need. So I'm gonna open up this hole really just enough to kind of sit the pot in. And then we're just gonna close it. We're gonna water it and close it up. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So let's open it up. Now this is where the cardboard is when I sheet mulched it. And we'll go over that up. I'm gonna open up the cardboard, and underneath, see, this was all clay soil. Well, that's a old root, but the soil is more workable now. I mean, it's softer, there's more moisture down there, so that's what we're looking for. So we're gonna open it up, and then we're going to pretty much just plug the tree in and water it, and that's pretty much it, man. It don't have to be that complicated. So this is the benefit of preparing. If you know you're gonna put a tree somewhere, prepare your site, you know, a few months before, ideally, if you can. Really, if you can do it for even a year before, just to get that fungal and bacteria activity going before you even get the tree, that's even better. So I'm gonna tap the sides. We're gonna pull some of these mulch off that they had on the top. We're gonna tap the sides to kind of loosen it so that we can pull them out. I have to consciously say him and not her, because you know I refer to my trees, most of them, as hers or she's.
Just the first boy.
Nah, we got one more. We got another boy.
Oh.
All right, so here we go. So I'm gonna loosen the roots some. Now on the bottom, if you can see the bottom, you can see where the roots were starting to curl. It's really not that bad. It's not that root bound, but we want to loosen the roots to let him know that there's still room for him to expand and find food on his own. Now, this tree, it looks like it's grafted. This looks like the graft union right here. So I'm gonna take some of the soil off because we want that to be as dry as possible. And then we're gonna sit it up. Now the opening on the graft union, we're going to point that in a direction that's away from the sun. So it'll be pointed backwards. So this is exactly how we're planting. Let me open it up a little bit more. We're gonna sit it down, just like that. Now if you look, it's sitting up just a little bit, which is fine, because I'm gonna mulch over all of this, but I wanna keep the top as dry as possible. Just gonna fill it back in, fill it back in. Bam, and that's pretty much it. We're gonna water this, we're gonna mulch over it, and that'll be it. Now, if you look at it also, the tree is just starting to wake up. So this is a real good time to plant your trees. So we're gonna pause, water it in, and then we'll come back once we get it covered back up. All right, so we're watering it. Now I've got my hose set on jet, and I do that because you want the water to get down there. Now all of this stuff is very moist anyway still, so there's still some water here, but you want the water to get down there. You wanna, still loosen up the roots. So I got it on jet, and we're just gonna water it real good. I'm watering it around where the root ball was, or is. I'm also watering just the whole area. You know, when you water, you don't want to just water, around the tree. Water the whole area. Moisten the whole area. And then we'll cover it back up. Now, if you look, these are some of the roots here. Some of that is still, it's above soil, it's kind of exposed, and it's fine because, like I said, we're gonna cover it up with mulch, so that they're not exposed totally to the sun, but they're not submerged in just sitting water if that becomes the situation. So we're watering. The cutting from when I pruned it, we're gonna leave that because that's as far as fruit branches. Fungi love fruit branches. So, if you are trimming your trees and things like that, leave it around your tree. That's more food. Lil Camera Lady, are you having fun?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you happy about your tree?
Yes, thank you.
You will. Thank you for all your help. All right, we're gonna go ahead and cover these roots up. What you see? Let me see. Yeah, I don't
You
know.
crushed it.
Yeah, I know.
There's more in there.
There's more. I think that might be like the food or whatever they put in the pot with the tree. I think that's probably what that was. No big deal. The Stanley plum tree is a plum tree that is very sweet. There's not a lot of sour to it. So, they also call it a prune plant. I think you can make prunes with it if you know how to do that. So let's go ahead and cover these roots up. We'll just take some of this mulch here. Cover up the roots, cover up the roots, cover up the roots. That's pretty much it, man. Plug and play. Now, as far as, there's more than one way to do everything. You know what I mean? As far as planting a fruit tree or something like that, a lot of times, and I've done it too, you dig a hole in the ground and put it in there. You can definitely do that, especially in areas where your soil is not as compacted as what we have here. But I tend to want to put mine up, just to kind of, for one, keep it, like I said, from getting waterlogged, keep oxygen in the areas where the roots are going to be, so that it doesn't become anaerobic. We want to make sure that we avoid diseases, but also when you do this, like in the sheet mulching method especially, what happens is underneath the soil where it was compacted, it begins to break down. It begins to develop that biology that will make that soil, more workable. It'll make it softer, it'll make it richer, more nutrient dense. So by the time the tree starts getting down into like the actual main parts of the soil, it'll be able to find food easier and it won't get logged up. So that's pretty much it. We're done. Lil Camera Lady, you good? Mm-hmm. All right, so we're gonna end it there. I'm hoping and praying that Lil Camera Lady didn't get too much on my belly because that's what she likes to do sometimes. But if y'all have any questions or any input, like I said, if you have any input on the Santa Rosa or even the Methley plum, leave it in the comments, and I'll get back to you. All right, peace, family.